How's it? What's up, everybody? It's Ulu. How's it, everybody? Okay, story time before I head out. Okay, so this takes place on my birthday. It was busy on my birthday. I was tripping out. Anyway, so yeah, I was upstairs in the shop and I was helping guests. Okay, this guy come up to me. He asked me for a pack of cigarettes. Okay, so I asked him for his ID. And you know what? Nevada law requires that you have a scannable ID to prevent underage sales and fake IDs and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it helps to know if the person is, wanted, banned or whatever from the establishment. Anyways, and it's at our discretion that if we think the brother or the sister is under 40 years old, then we are required to ask for ID. Now, with our system, you can use a passport, I guess like a Mexican citizenship type card. I really don't know. I never pay attention, but that's scannable. There's certain IDs that are scannable that are foreign or that are valid. So anyways, he came up and he said, "Can I have a pack of cigarettes?" Okay, shoots. So I asked for his ID. He gave me one UK ID. Okay, and the UK ID does not have that bar that we need to scan, so therefore it's not accepted. Okay. So I told him, I said, "You know what, I'm sorry, sir. This is not, I cannot scan this. I need a ID that's scannable, like your passport. If you bring your passport, then I can scan it." He said, "But you see me, I'm of age and this and that." I said, "I understand that, sir, but I'm sorry." And I quoted the law, the Nevada law, and the policy of our establishment and all that kind of stuff, okay? So it kind of got to the point where the brother never hear me, and I was telling him, "I am sorry, sir, but I'm not going to make the sale if you don't provide a valid ID that I can scan." He was pissed off. He said, "Listen, I lost $20,000 just now. I just need cigarettes." And I said, "I understand that, sir, but I need to have a valid ID that's scannable." So it went on like this for a few minutes and whatnot, okay? And he was pissed off. I told him, I said, "I'm not going to make the sale unless you bring me your passport. If you bring me your passport and I can scan it, I will sell you the cigarette." He said, when I told him that it's to our discretion, okay, as employees of this establishment, you know what he told me? He said, "What makes you bigger than the place I work at?" I said, "What?" I said, "What are you talking about, sir?" I said, "This is Nevada state law, I'm telling you, and it is the policy of our company." Anyways, the brother was pissed off. He left. Okay, he was yelling, he was grumbling, all that kind of stuff, okay? He left. In the meantime, when he was questioning me, at some point, it starts to become harassment, and I just kept repeating myself over and over and over and over, but brother never hear me. So I went ahead and I called security. The brother left, and guess what? Right when he left, security came. I don't know why that always happens, but it was pretty quick. But he just decided to leave. I guess he knew that I was just over it already. I never think he was gonna come back, because he's telling me, "It's in my car, it's in my car, it's in my car." And I was thinking, okay, but guess what? He left and headed towards the strip. If it's in his car, he gotta go to the garage, right? Anyway, surprisingly, he came back, and guess what? Was busy, had choke people. And I was the only available cashier. So anyways, he was one person. I was helping one person. The brother came up to me. I sold him his cigarettes and whatnot. Okay, I never asked for ID because to me, he looked of age, right? Then, Mr. I lost 20,000 was behind him. he had his passport. He handed me his passport. And I said, thank you, sir, for bringing your passport. I appreciate it. So, boom, I scanned. He said, why you need my ID? Why you never card the person in front of me? I said, excuse me. I said, I'm sorry. I said, it is my discretion. Okay, I said this before. It is my discretion that if I think I need to card you, I will card you. And I said, but, you know what? If you keep being rude to me, I will refuse service. Now, he's like, listen, I just lost $20,000. And of course, he never say I'm like, I hear an accent because he was from the UK. I just lost $20,000 and da-da-da-da-da, whatever, right? I said, you know what, sir? And had choke people behind. Choke. Okay? I said, you know what? I'm sorry that happened. I understand. But, sir, I'm here to serve you. So, do you want the cigarettes or not? And I'm holding his passport and I'm holding the scanner like this and I'm talking to him. He said, I want the cigarettes. I said, okay. Do you want some matches with that? He said, no. I said, okay. Scan the ID. Boom, 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 boom. He threw me the money in cash. And guess what he said to me? He said, keep the change. That's for you for being so nice. He was testing me, bro. He was testing me. And you know what my associate said next to me? He said, I said, how was that? He said, you know what? I love the way you brought him back down to earth, girl. And you know what? That's not our pilikia. You know what I mean, brother? You coming to Vegas, you know you're going to gamble, you know you're going to lose. Why are you getting upset? Choices. Yeah, but almost, the universe almost got me. But guess what? They never get me, cause, I used to be the type of person who just snapped back real fast because I cannot handle confrontation. I cannot. I don't like that. I avoid that at all costs. Okay, but I'm also the type of person that I gotta speak my mind and speak my heart. So sometimes get me in trouble, and I gotta make my point. But I'm realizing that I really, 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 really gotta zip the lip sometimes, pick and choose your battles. Now, that could have went south if I lost my shit, because, and let me tell you, the pigeon was trying to come on. So that's why I had to talk slow so he understand me. Because I wanted to tell him, brother, I'm not going to serve you. For real, that's like the fastest thing for come out of my mouth. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that story. For those of you who have a little fire in you, guess what? Cool it down or cool it now.